Have you ever wondered how the car, an object so integral to our modern life, came into existence? It's a fascinating journey that takes us back to the late 19th century, a time when the pace of life was dictated more by the trotting of horses than the hum of engines. The first automobiles emerged in this era, and they were nothing like the streamlined, high-performance machines we're familiar with today. They were curious contraptions, born out of the inventive genius of pioneers like Carl Benz. In 1886, Benz introduced what is widely regarded as the first practical car, the Benz patent motor wagon. This vehicle, powered by an internal combustion engine, was a marvel of its time. It was a three-wheeled contraption that boasted a whopping top speed of 10 miles per hour. But this humble beginning set the stage for an industry that would transform the world. Now here's a fun fact that might surprise you. The earliest cars weren't powered by gasoline at all. They were electric vehicles. Yes, you heard that right. The first wave of automobiles, predating even the Benz patent motor wagon, ran on electricity. These electric cars were quiet, easy to drive, and didn't emit any foul-smelling fumes. But despite these advantages, they couldn't compete with the range and refueling speed of gasoline-powered cars, and so, for a time, they fell out of favor. But isn't it interesting how history has a way of repeating itself? Today, as we grapple with the environmental challenges of our time, electric cars are making a comeback. And they're not just a niche segment anymore, they're mainstream, heralding a new era in automobile history. The birth of automobiles was indeed a revolutionary era. But who could have predicted what was to come next? From the first horseless carriages to the electric cars of today, the journey of automobiles has been a ride full of twists and turns. Buckle up, because we're just getting started. From a novelty for the rich to a necessity for the masses, how did cars become so popular? The answer to that question begins with a visionary named Henry Ford. Ford had an idea that was revolutionary for its time. He dreamed of creating a car that was not only affordable, but also reliable and efficient. A car that could be within the grasp of the average American. And in 1908, this dream took form as the Ford Model T. The Model T, affectionately known as the Tin Lizzie, was not just a car, it was a symbol of a new era, an era where automobiles were no longer just for the affluent, but for everyone. But there was more to the Model T's success than just its affordability. The real game changer was how it was produced. Henry Ford introduced the concept of the assembly line to the car industry. Instead of having a single craftsman or a small team work on a car from start to finish, Ford broke down the manufacturing process into 84 discrete steps. Each worker was assigned one specific task in the production line. This approach allowed Ford to drastically cut down the time it took to produce a single car from 12.5 hours to just about an hour and a half. This revolution in manufacturing didn't just make cars more affordable by reducing production costs, it also created a surge in job opportunities, contributing to economic growth. It ushered in an era of mass production and mass consumption, setting the stage for the Roaring '20s. But the impact of the Model T and the assembly line went far beyond the car industry. They transformed the very fabric of American society, shaping the way we live, work, and travel. They paved the way for our modern world, where cars are an integral part of our everyday lives. The Model T was just the beginning of the mass-market car revolution. Ever wondered how cars went from being a mode of transportation to a symbol of luxury and power? As we transitioned into the mid-20th century, a fascinating shift took place in the automotive industry. Cars were no longer just about getting from point A to point B. They began to embody power, prestige, and luxury. This was the era where names like Rolls-Royce and Lamborghini began to create a buzz, turning heads wherever they roared. Rolls-Royce, a brand synonymous with luxury, was not just about the destination but the journey. Each car was a masterpiece, meticulously crafted to ensure the highest standards of comfort and elegance. Their Phantom model, introduced in the 1920s, redefined opulence, offering an unmatched riding experience that was as smooth as gliding on a cloud. Rolls-Royce was not just a car, it was a statement, a testament to one's taste and status. On the other end of the spectrum, we had Lamborghini, a name that would become synonymous with speed, power, and a hint of rebellion. But the origins of this high-performance machine might surprise you. Lamborghini started as a tractor manufacturer in the post-war era. It was the result of a feud between Ferruccio Lamborghini and Enzo Ferrari that led to the creation of the Lamborghini as we know it today. Ferruccio Lamborghini, after being snubbed by Ferrari, decided to create a car that would outperform the Ferrari. The result was the Lamborghini 350 GT, a car that marked the beginning of a new era in the world of sports cars. These brands and their stories not only changed the way we perceived cars, but also how we expressed ourselves. The choice of car became a reflection of one's personality, a symbol of status, a statement of intent. Luxury and sports cars added a new dimension to the automobile industry, turning cars into a status symbol. And as we move forward, the love affair between man and machine only grew stronger, leading to the creation of more spectacular and awe-inspiring machines. How has the car evolved in the 21st century, and what does the future hold? One pivotal advancement that has greatly transformed cars in the 21st century is undoubtedly the advent of self-driving technology. Imagine a world where your car is less a vehicle and more a personal chauffeur, effortlessly navigating through city streets and country roads alike, with you simply enjoying the ride. This is no longer the stuff of science fiction, but rather a tangible reality in our grasp. Companies like Tesla and Waymo are at the forefront of this revolution, working tirelessly to perfect this complex technology. Then there's the electrifying shift towards electric vehicles. As we become more conscious of our environmental footprint, the traditional internal combustion engine is gradually being replaced by cleaner, more sustainable electric power. A car that runs on electricity, it might have sounded absurd a century ago, but today it's a fast-growing trend, with companies like Tesla, Nissan, and Chevrolet leading the charge. And here's a fun curiosity for you. Did you know that modern cars have more computing power than the system used in the Apollo moon landing? That's right, the computer in your car is more sophisticated than the one that took humans to the moon in 1969. It's a testament to how far technology has come and the pivotal role it plays in our vehicles today. Looking towards the horizon, the future of cars is laden with possibilities. We're seeing concepts of flying cars, ones that communicate with each other to avoid collisions, and even vehicles that can be controlled by the power of thought. The only limit, it seems, is our imagination. As we continue to push the boundaries of innovation, we redefine what a car can be. It's not just about getting from point A to B anymore, but how efficiently, safely, and sustainably we can do so. The future of cars is as exciting as their past, with innovations continuing to redefine what a car can be. From the first carriages to modern electric vehicles, the journey of cars is truly fascinating, isn't it? As we've explored today, this journey has been marked by innovation, luxury, and a constant push towards the future. Starting with the birth of automobiles, we've seen how these mechanical marvels started as simple horseless carriages. A far cry from today's sleek machines, these early prototypes were powered by steam, electricity, and internal combustion engines. Yet, they laid the foundation for what was to come. The Roaring '20s then brought about a revolution in car manufacturing. It was during this time that mass production took center stage, making cars more accessible to the everyday person. Henry Ford's assembly line was a game changer, transforming automobiles from luxury items into practical tools for transportation. And who can forget the age of luxury and sports cars? This era was characterized by style, speed, and prestige. Brands like Rolls-Royce and Ferrari became synonymous with high class and high speed, respectively. These cars were not just modes of transportation, but statements of wealth and status. Fast forward to the present, and we find ourselves in the age of modern innovations. Today's vehicles are smarter, safer, and more efficient than ever before. Electric vehicles are leading the charge towards a more sustainable future, while autonomous driving technology is redefining what it means to be behind the wheel. As we look towards the horizon, it's clear that the journey of cars is far from over. With advancements in technology and a growing emphasis on sustainability, who knows what the future of automobiles holds? So next time you get into a car, remember the rich history and the countless innovations that have made it what it is today. Who knows what the future will bring?